Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy, OG Big Sam, on this cloudy Monday, probably gonna be raining Monday morning. Mad Monday with the OG. We're gonna discuss some interesting things on this morning. We're gonna discuss Grady Jarrett. In one aspect, is he here on this team? Um, Another topic will be Aaron Donald, Reggie White, who's the greater goat, you know, and the misconception of what fans believe is great as a football player, most notably the quarterback position. You know, that's just a little tidbit. Hope everybody's Easter was was festive, foodly, and fun. You know, you know, you know. I mean, but hey, let's let's get into it, if you will. Um, hmm. Eh, do the Falcons need Grady Jarrett? Now, there will be some that say he's old, and no, we don't need him. I've never understood that perception of Grady Jarrett, who's only been in the league what 8 years, and is played at a pretty high level. This is verifiably his first major injury. Um, Trying to cover all aspects of what part of the conversations that it would be. You really would have to think of it from a need perspective as far as what he could garner us in draft capital. And, the noise started a little bit because the defense played relatively well in his absence. But the flip side of that is you got a chance to see other parts and bits and pieces of the talent that we had at in our depth. Um, Me myself, uh, would I say yes? I say we need. There is a need, and yeah, we do need Grady Jarrett. Um, his presence, goes without saying. His ability goes without saying. What I'm saying, his impact on the game goes without saying. In that aspect, you know, that's just my thought. Now, this topic came via Coach Unchained. Y'all know him. Y'all see him every Saturday morning. He threw out their little homework, so I decided to, speak and diagnose and analyze it, and see what would possibly come. And just say good morning to my peoples, saying they're tuning in. Sherman Wood, saying been in the pole position there for a good minute in the wee wees. Hey, Christy, and yes, yeah, yes, ma'am. Let me put that up there. About whatever was good. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Sonya. You know what I'm saying? But, and you like I said, you have to weigh it out, just being um what's the word I want to use? Um being totally aware and being diligent, of your situation and whatnot. Um, does our, I mean, he is a part. He is a major piece to this defense. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, in a perfect world, him and Troy comes back complete 100%. Calais come back and has another, outstanding season. You know what I mean? And our young, Thundercats. Take another step forward. You know, on that defense and whatever other defensive pieces that they may add. From the perspective of the question being asked, do the Falcons need Grady Jarrett? Um, You have those that say, yeah, we should trade him. He old, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? That I I've tipped across that conversation twice this season. Um, but as a football fan, as a Grady Jarrett fan, as a Dirty Bird fan, I unequivocally say yes, we need him. We need him. We need him. Um, and then let's look at it from an intangible perspective. That locker room, everybody knows that's Grady's locker room. That's Grady's locker room. You know what I'm saying? Until he, hangs it up. You know, from all that perspective and whatnot. You know, let me see. Y'all tell me what you think. Y'all tell me what you think. You know what I'm saying? Peek in, give me your comments. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you do. I mean, and how you feel about the need with all of one Grady Jarrett. You know, I already know what I see what Christy think. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. About whatever. I mean, trying to create dialogue and conversation, man. You know what I mean? You know. I'm just saying, man. There is, this is the off season, it gives people something else to talk about other than the quarterback. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I mean, hey, and it wasn't my doing. Coach did this. Coach did this Saturday. Coach did this. I just decided, what I'm saying, to speak on it. How Coach like to give out homework on his show. You know, um, and I decided to share my thoughts and see what you guys thought as well. Um, yeah. I no, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that. No, um, we need him too. We need him too. You know, I mean, it's just like whoa, they got to be around what 8 or 9, and 9 or 10 or something like that. Now I mean, it's just a rash of shit that hit the defense. High ankle sprains. You know what I'm saying? Hamstring issues. Uh, bruised ribs, and a litany of stuff. Sprained MCLs. I mean, look, and I mean his worth is proven in his play when he was on the field. Ominyata was also a big part. Look, Grady, Ominyata, Calais, Taquan. You know what I'm saying? Zach Harrison has arrived. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just my, that's just my thought on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, about whatever said, Grady, the reason why we even had a defense the last couple of years on the on his whole career. If we being honest, I mean, there were some other, I mean, well, Grady's been the glue, you know what I'm saying, to the defensive locker room and to this team. I'll say that much. I put it in that aspect. I think that's what you're trying to say. Um, D'Angelo ain't big enough to be a defensive end. No. Um, I mean, as for we're talking about meat in the middle. Okay, Ominyata is a goddamn space eater, especially in the run game, in run defense. Okay, I don't know what it is that you got against the old boy. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, the man produces. He made an impact. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, it is what it is. You know, everybody, pretty much everybody on the defense got nicked up and missed some time at one point. You know what I'm saying, on last season. Um, but when he was on the field, he was holding it down. Ominyata was holding it down. You know, you know. I mean, but you know, everyone has their opinion and their observation and their perception. Hey, you know. Um, Say good morning to the 12 eyes that are tuning in and watching. Hey, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? And if the conversation sounds good to you, if the conversation looks good to you, hey, subscribe. You know, subscribe. I need 56 more to get to 200. You know, so you boy some love. I show you right. Show it right back with this content I be trying to give y'all. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, this turned into a you know what I'm saying, conversation. So, I mean, you know, like, share, subscribe, tune in, follow, all of the above. You know, uh, but he got the moves. Grady played in the middle his whole career for real and commanded double team. I mean, okay, yeah, you know, Grady demands double and triple teams. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know, um, and he has been that his entire career. All right, you know, I mean, but speaking, you know, from Omiyala's perspective, like I said, he's a space eater. He's a plug in the run game. You know what I'm saying? He holds his position like he's supposed to. You know, he was an integral piece on that defense. You know, that third down defense on last season. Yeah, he was. He was a part of that red nose got them clamped down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, like, you know him. You know, along with Calais, along with Zoe. You know what I'm saying? Bud. You know, and Landerman and all of them. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to see how it all turns out for all the rest of the pieces that um you know, Morris and Lake and Gray gonna bring off in the, to put the rest of the pieces in on this defense together. You know, that's you want to. Didn't mean to get anyone's fancy up. You know, it was just conversation piece, conversation piece, conversation piece. Okay, all right. Hmm. Let me see here. I just noticed over the last week or so, just having a glance on something. I was just, perusing Twitter and, my Facebook platforms and whatnot and looking at, what topics, what people were talking about, and things of that nature. Um, and I've come to discover that there's a misconception of what fans believe to be great. Because I noticed, my want to go out and they'll find they'll go pick a quarterback prospect, what I'm saying, and they'll compare it to whom they think to be the guy at the position, and but didn't do nothing, and not even Hall of Fame worthy. Y'all running out here trying to find prospects that remind you of Michael Vick. But then the moment somebody say something in comparability to Matt Ryan, and y'all and people, y'all, some people act like that is a bad thing, a curse or something. I mean, I just it baffled me to see, you know, what say there about whatever. I would like to see us run a 1-5-5 nickel defense so our linebackers stay on the field. Plus, Grant on the strong side, spot Helens up top with Bates. Hmm. Interesting, interesting, interesting. That seems to sound, that would be good. But I think, I think we're gonna be some form of 3-4. You know, um, but yeah. I mean, this fan base though. Some I'm gonna say majority, but not all. It has in mind that you know Matt Ryan, the Matt Ryan era rookie of the year. He's pretty much top 10 in every quarterback statistical category. Um, a record-setting Super Bowl performance. But yet, when a guy is brought here and mentioned and compared to a Matt Ryan, it is looked down upon. But y'all not, But then on the flip side of that, you out here and you're brown nosing, the likes of the AAU Jackson or him not on the field, you know, or uh, Anthony Richardson, um, yeah, I'm just like, really? I really don't understand the conception of what, especially the quarterback position. I mean, you know, I don't get it. The idolization, what I'm saying? The subjectiveness of the idolization of a player that didn't sniff a Super Bowl, put a playbook in the trunk, and this is y'all template to compare, you know, prospects to that you may want think that we need, as opposed to a guy that may show qualities similar to a Matt Ryan who read the defense, did not put the playbook in the trunk, you know. Took us to multiple winnings, had multiple winning seasons, took us to, what I'm saying, conference championship, took us to a Super Bowl. Why isn't that a role model for the quarterback? What I'm saying, the quarterback type. What I'm saying, that would be needed. Why is that? Why is that? I mean, why is it is presumed as bad company to compare a quarterback prospect to Matt Ryan, or a free agent quarterback to Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. I watch these combines, and and only thing I was seeing people getting hyped for with these quarterback prospects of what their 40 time is. Not if they can throw an out route, not if they can throw a time and seam pass, not if they can throw, you know what I'm saying, a receiving target open, not if they can read defenses, but how, what their 40 time is. I'm baffled. Did something change with the quarterback position? You know, I mean, because there's been illustrations over the last, you know what I'm saying, 2, 3 years of, just because you can run, that don't mean you're a quarterback. I mean, we've seen guys get sacked 9 times in a game. We've seen guys not be able to read defenses, you know, not, I mean, I'm trying to see what I'm missing there. How is it that it's a bad thing to, you know, compare a prospect or a free agent to a future Hall of Famer, but it's a good thing to compare a quarterback prospect or a free agent prospect to somebody that did absolutely nothing for this team. Help me understand where I mean, understand my confusion. Mr. Knight, good morning. Good morning. Ritter reminded me a lot of Ryan. He was not scared to sling the ball. Yeah, true. Half of them ain't got a brain cell to remind me of some guy named Chad Alexander. I used to read his Falcons post on Facebook and be like, man, this, yeah, slow. Yeah, should be. And Mr. Knight says should be interested to see what the next move would be for the Falcons. Yeah, I think most of it is going to come in possible restructures. There may be another set of cuts. Not quite necessarily sure. Um, but I believe our first draft pick is going to tell you a lot about what's all actually going to happen, or how things are going to set up. Because I think if we if we use the eighth pick, then y'all know Calais is not coming back. I think we trade down, and which I think is still the most cost effective move because we need bodies. I think that's going to tell you exactly what direction we're going to go with this defense. You know, um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm again. I'm just, I just be finding it laughable in most times. It's just like, why? I never understood the unequivocal hate. You know what I'm saying, for a guy that did what he supposed to do for the team. You know what I'm saying? He checked all the boxes as an elite level quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He was a leader on the field, in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? You know, did he make mistakes? Yeah. Name me a Hall of Fame quarterback that never made a mistake. You know, I mean, but For 14 seasons, he was our best chance to win. And we came oh so close with him. But in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it is taboo to compare prospects or even free agents to a Matt Ryan. But it's cool to to compare, you know, prospects and free agents to a guy that, you know, in his moment to shine, you know, had three horrible turnovers against Philadelphia in 05. Horrible, horrible. But y'all want to use that as I just don't get that. You know, that's not that don't even compute. you had to you had to catch up, Mr. Knight. You had to catch up. Okay. Hey, oh man. I mean, you know, that's just just another thought. And what I you know see and feel about that. I mean, the hate and the utter dismissal and belittlement of a guy, the future Hall of Fame at that, the future Hall of Fame. The numbers back up everything that what I'm saying we say good about it. You know, um, I don't get that. I don't get the hate. You know, I mean I get it, but you know what I'm saying I'm tired of people lying through their teeth about the reason why they hate this man. You know, what I'm saying. But it is what it is. I guess I guess it's okay to be color ethnically clueless, if you will. You know, what I'm saying, and that's all I have to say about that. And we're gonna swing it on around this morning to the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes. I came up with this thought, and I was just happened to be, um, I was watching NFL Network, I believe, and they had NFL films, little segment. And you know, he was talking about the defensive linemen and everything, and Aaron Donald had just hung it up, and they was talking about his accomplishments and everything, and I was like, it'd be an interesting conversation. Who's the greater goat? What I'm saying, goat D lineman, Aaron Donald or the Minister of Defense? Now, I had a little bit of this conversation with a couple of contemporaries. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, and a lot of people were jumping to all of Aaron Donald's accolades, and he has them, deservedly so. He has them for the decade that he played this game. Um, he deserved every accolade that he got. You know what I'm saying? We delved off into, inside of the game, inside of his game, and how he played, you know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, and whatnot. He had a dominant career. He did. He went to two Super Bowls, lost one, won one. And honestly, they should have won both. Um, Ironically, hell, wait a minute, did no? Originally went to one, but he got that chip though. I mean, Reggie White, well, he was a different beast, man. He was part of two great defenses. That Eagles defense that he was with him and Jerome Brown and Clive Simmons. I forget the other gentleman. That they one of the more dominant front fours, to be in here. Yeah. And to be, what I'm saying, to play this game. And that Packer defense, that 96 defense, yeah, that went to um it was crazy, you know. But and it was like, how the conversation went, you know what I'm saying? And we it was the little bit we talked about a little bit on yesterday on the regulators, that's a wide open, what I'm saying, conversation, you know, a wide open conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a long list of, dominant defensive linemen. Um now um, you know, Aaron, he played both in and, what I'm saying, DT. Um Reggie, you know, he did his thing, what I'm saying, from the left end position dominantly, you know. I mean that clip still get played right here today on ESPN or NFL Live when he's getting upfield and he throws Larry Allen almost 4 yards with one arm. I mean, you don't see that. And we talking 339, 338, 340 pound Larry Allen of Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about, yeah. Reggie Wright was what adjective could you use? I mean, because Country Strong just don't do it. Um, I mean, that season, it was just he was God strong, Hey, to go with the monitor, he was the minister of defense, so hey, he was God strong. That's how strong that dude was. I mean, if y'all get that, Google it. Google that play that day. That shoot to throw Larry Allen almost 4 yards, bro. Shoot. Oh, I mean, and I mean I'm not poo pooing on Aaron Donald because he was dominant. You know what I'm saying? He was physical. You know, he was strong too. He had a good swim fast move. You know, um, but Reggie he was a different myth. You know, he was a different myth. Um, he was old as hell, still killing it for Green Bay. His nickname is Minister of Defense for crying out loud. Aaron Donald at 33 could not do that, and the game is way softer now versus when White played. Okay. You have a valid you have somewhat of a valid point there. You know, and it, now as far as the softer reference, I give you that on the skill positions, but in the trenches, I ain't. There's nothing soft about playing in the trenches. There's nothing soft about what I'm saying, playing in the trenches, man. It's just not, you know. But I understand what you're saying there about whatever. I get your point, you know. Um, you know what I'm saying? Um, You know, it just I felt like just a guy like Aaron Donald, it was fun to watch, you know, and he was must see TV. A guy with what I'm saying that that was very imposing with his play. Even the opposing fans came to see him. Um, and with the same respect with Reggie back in the day, yeah, hey, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? When he got out of Philadelphia, what I'm saying, to Green Bay, um, actually the first big name free agent ever, actually, while we talking about the history of this man and what he did in his career. That shoot, that move to Green Bay was a shift in the balance of power. You know what I'm saying? They kind of Green Bay kind of what I'm saying, made it a three-team war in the NFC. You know what I'm saying, about that time. You know what I'm saying, because right then at that particular point in time, it was Dallas and San Francisco. You know, Brett and Reggie, they stuck their nose and their team in there and, dominated. They had a good little run there. Um, God rest his soul, the Minister of Defense. Um, I mean, shoot, I honestly I don't think they win that Super Bowl if they don't get Reggie that year. Southside, what's good, man? Good morning. Reggie White, but hey, Aaron wasn't no joke either. Donald, since he's gotten drafted, is double teamed and sometimes triple teamed and still gets double digit sacks. And that fact, fact, and more fact, and good fact. Um, it and like I said, me myself, what I'm saying, and I think he was better in Philadelphia than he was in Green Bay. That's just me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, you know, I saw that defense. You know what I'm saying, with him and Jerome Brown and Clyde Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Them guys. Oh, 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 oh. That was just wow. I don't know if some of you all were old enough to, what I'm saying, see, what I'm saying, when he was in Philadelphia. As good as he was in Green Bay, I think he was more monstrous in Philadelphia. Um, I mean, it was just wow. It was a thing to see. It was really, a thing to behold, to watch this man with that godly strength. Like I said, you don't see guys like Larry Allen get tossed, 4 or 5 yards. Okay, I'm just saying. You just, just you don't see that. And it's video documented evidence. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, it is it's a fantastic NFL memory to and honor to have watched him play. You know what I'm saying? To play defense the way he played defense in his career. Um, that would that's why I felt like this would be a good conversation to have because they 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 kind of play with the same ferociousness, and then and like we was talking on the regulators on yesterday. This is really not a two-man conversation. It really isn't. But I had just picked them. It just at the time I had thought about it. We Aaron calling it quits and retiring and everything. And it was like, okay, let's, compare him to some of the guys. I mean, there is there's gonna be a part two to this conversation because I really want to, expound on the conversation that me and the guys were having, with this, and bring in some of the other names that we was having on this, you know, the Mean Joe Greens and the John Randalls and what I'm saying, Warren Saps and you know, Harvey Martins and L.C. Greenwoods and Deacon Jones. I mean, and Ray Snitsky. And yeah, there's going to be a part two to this conversation because this is a conversation to be had. You know what I'm saying? The talk about the beasts in the trenches that did their thing, you know, and whatnot. You know, so, I mean, hey, I mean, if y'all, throw me some names in the comment section, y'all. Those in the chat in the live chat. Throw me some names. You know what I'm saying, that we could add to that conversation. You know what I mean? And we gonna ride this out. This seems to be a good debate, topic, if you will. Because like I said, this is not really a two-man conversation. Um, but I just thought it was a good conversation, though. You know what I'm saying, to have. And if we're really gonna have this conversation, you know what I'm saying, we could, bring in all the, you know, the Hall of Famers and what I'm saying and whatnot, that played in the trenches. We could have this, complete conversation on that. Um, but I will recap for everybody, the guy that came in. Yes, we had the do we need Grady Jarrett? You know what I'm saying? Convo, and for the most part, I think the wavering answer would be yes. You know, even weighing in the possibility of him bringing us more draft capital and whatnot. But you know, does it outweigh the need of having that leader in the locker room? I would think it doesn't. And everything. Um, um, it, it, you know, let's see. Southside said, even though he's a different style of T than White and Donald, but what about? Oh yeah, Fletcher Cox. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said, that's why I made the statement that this is not a two-man conversation. There's I will, the way I'm gonna set it up. I mean, we're gonna rank it. We're gonna do we're gonna compile I want to say 15. This conversation just can't be capped at 10. We're gonna do a 15, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it on next Monday. We're gonna do it on the next Monday. Like I said, this is gonna be a part two to this. You know what I'm saying? Conversation. Um, you know, because this is a conversation to be had. You know, you know. Lawrence Taylor, the reason why the left tackle got paid after after quarterback dude. Yeah, the breaking Joe Theismann's leg, you know what I'm saying, made the left tackle the most important position other than the quarterback. I was watching that game, that Monday night game when it happened. I was watching it. I was watching that. And it wasn't something purposely done. He got around the corner, and his momentum, when that move he got, and then he reached to grab Joe, it slung his body around, and Joe was just getting into his drop, you know what I'm saying, drop back on that plant leg, and his body came right around across the bottom half of his leg, and it snapped clean in two. It snapped like a twig. It snapped like a twig. Um, it was one of the more it, it- it's a memory, not a one with, you hate to see somebody's career go that way. You know what I'm saying? And LT knew it too. He knew it when it happened. He knew it. 'Cause he jumped up, was screaming at the Redskins like the sideline. Y'all got to get out here. Y'all got to get out here. He knew it. And it was just as bad watching it, bruh. It was just as bad watching it. I mean, in real, and even in real, I saw it in real time when his body came down, and it broke clean in a 90-degree angle. I was like, no, ooh, his shit broke, ooh. And it was just wow. I'm talking about being thrown for a loop. You know, yeah, you're right. Southside, about whatever. Lawrence Taylor is the reason why. The left tackle is the most important piece on the offense, other than the quarterback. And so much so they even made a movie about the blind side. you know, um, that's yeah, yeah, yep. You know, um, so hey, that's my OG spiel in conversations this morning. I've already promoted. Like I said, it's gonna be part two to this conversation on next Monday. Um, you know, this is, but hey, this is me. Kicking off the week, the tip of the spear, if you will. Um, y'all know how it goes. We have you covered Monday through Sunday. So Sunday to Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have you covered. You know what I'm saying? Your typical Monday activities. You know what I'm saying? And on Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying? Me and Truth gonna have you on the Realistic OGs. Um, I got some, say I got to finish doing my homework and research, and you know, I let y'all know, I drop promo, what I'm saying, on what we gonna be talking about on Wednesday. Um, on this on what I'm saying, we can win sports tea. But hey, and before I forget, can't let it go. You know, I appreciate you all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? When you do. I appreciate you. I love you all, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause you all, help make this, my platform what it is, you know what I'm saying, OGN TV, you know what I'm saying, distributed by Man My Network, you know what I mean? I'm building this thing step by step, you know what I'm saying? Step by step, you know what I'm saying? One subscriber at a time, you know. I love doing this. I love having these conversations. I love, bringing these topics, getting this information, entertaining, hosting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in very much of appreciation. Of you guys tuning in. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you. I try to let y'all know that every chance I get. You know, um, this has been this week's jump off of Mad Monday OG. And like I always say, you got to keep it dirty. You got to keep it A. And most notably, you got to keep it real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make your next choice your best choice. Make your next decision your best decision. You know what I'm saying? Make your next move your best move. Y'all be easy out there. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. Look like a little bit of rain finna come down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hope this gets your week started off, you know what I'm saying, pretty good. It's been your boy OG Big Sam, the showstopper. And I'm out, y'all.